No experts, no insiders, just fans.
The longest running weekly overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast.
Music, please.
He's an angry elf.
Your mom goes to college.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Please, listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.
And welcome to our TLC reaction show. This is the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Adam Baum. Alongside me, my cohorts tonight, the Angry Elf is sitting right across from me. Hello, Rob. How's it going tonight?
I don't know. Maybe that fits me tonight. Angry Elf.
He's an angry elf.
You're not even talking. You're not even talking, Medine.
But you're talking to me.
Okay, now you're on. I wasn't talking to. I was looking at you.
I did.
I'm looking
Okay,
at you.
so
It's
Now that you
not-
guys have both
we're-
mute. Now that you guys have both fucked up the show open, I just want to say that I kept Medine on mute because I was going to wait to introduce him. But of course, you guys want to talk over everything.
No, he fucked it up. You just.
I didn't fuck it up.
You're
did.
You're combative tonight.
I am. You
You're
already
combative
said.
tonight.
You already said you were.
No, I did not say that.
You did say
Fake-
you were.
Fake news.
You looked at You looked at Adam, and you were like,
No.
you know what?
For those of you new to the show, we're going to take advantage of the mute button tonight to cut those two motherfuckers off, and we curse a lot. Introducing on the board, let's see. We have Bang Bus GM, Daniel Price. Hitman is joining us. It's Real Wrestling Podcast.
What board is this?
Captain Obvious Alex Carter. This is our YouTube live chat board.
Thank you.
Who are these people again?
At one time, Rob, you referred to them as family, but now apparently you don't know them.
It's not the point here.
Stike Leather is also here. Bang Bus GM, he's scouting talent, I'm sure. This pay-per-view, let me just say this. Nobody's going to be talking about this at the water cooler tomorrow. Not even mentioning tonight's lack of match storytelling. Rob, you said this earlier. No, what's all the terms? The comeback, the shine, none of that shit.
Yeah, is that a question?
I'm actually, as a segue to you to
Are we
make
doing?
your
Are we
point.
doing our overall point of the entire
Just a
pay-per-view?
quick take before we get into the rundown.
This pay-per-view was lame. There was no story. Nothing that emotionally invested me. The Daniel Bryan AJ Styles match was good. The main event was good after kind of a bumbling start. But overall, the pay-per-view was horribly booked and it was bad.
All right, on the board. The board says, tonight's episode of Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Daniel Price says, the blurry elf, the fuzzy Jew, and the off-camera Puerto Rican. I think that's you, Medine.
I don't know if that is me.
Is it?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Oh, it caused the executive producer to get off his ass and do something. Berto, I think, has named it appropriately, Medine. He says, tables, ladders, and who cares?
I think he was going for the pun. It wasn't
No shit.
It wasn't that bad, is what I'm saying.
That was...
No.
Of course he was going for the fucking pun.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that bad. It
Killing me, Smalls.
wasn't horrible. Why didn't you use the sound effect for that?
Because Rob stole the mouse because every time,
You're fucking up over there.
yeah,
got you.
I'm sure I'm fucking up. I got blamed for power going out, that like I'm the power people.
It's just your presence in that chair in general just causes some type of malfunction. That's the problem.
No, actually, this shit, I was blamed long before I got to this chair.
I don't know. I don't know if
Check
that's...
the tape.
I'm not saying it's the specific chair. Maybe it's the location.
Check the tape.
All right.
I can't go to the next thing because I don't have my sound effects yet.
So we're just going to wing it?
Yeah, I'm just going to wait and talk about this. The booking overall was lackluster. Everything was kind of a hodgepodge of whatever. Let's just do it.
Extra big-ass topics.
Hey, Rob is back. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
I was gonna fix the blurry video apparently, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it might make us look better and not as fat. Speaking of that, we got a weight loss
Speak
challenge.
for yourself.
Oh, whatever.
I'm down 10 pounds, fatso
Okay,
Fatterson.
so what? So you're 10 pounds less fat? You're still fat. The pre-show is where we're going to start, Rob.
PHAT.
Yeah. Kara's not on the air. I don't know why you looked at Medine when you said that. Before we run down the card, we have our awards. These are make your own awards right now. I'm going to get it started with my first award. My first award is the Keep Your Name Out of My Mouth award. And that goes to Nia Jax. Becky Lynch hit her in the face saying that one.
I didn't know we were doing awards.
It says it clearly on the fucking
You
rundown.
gave me the production sheet after the pay-per-view was over, dude.
You have absolutely no proof of any of that, and I clearly didn't give it to you after the pay-per-view ended.
You gave it to me before, right before it ended.
No.
Right before it ended.
Okay, but you just said it was after, so
Okay,
obviously
no,
your
I
credibility
got
is
one.
shot
I got
right
one.
off the bat.
Here, my first award is the Trump Award.
The Trump Award.
For this gross,
Bianca Belair,
gross lying.
EST.
Shut up,
What?
dude.
Oh.
Trying to steal my shit.
Shut the fuck up. That's what he does.
Adam steals my shit.
You get the Trump Award for
Check
fucking.
the tape. I said
just
it first.
Shut your mouth, whore. For gross fucking lying goes to you, Adam.
Hitman, I got him on the strings, man.
Gross lying. In what way?
Oh my god.
All right, so you can't show your work. Medine, do you have an award, or are you only 1/3 participating tonight?
Yeah, you wish, right?
Well, good comeback. Great.
All right, I know.
I'm not. You know why? Because I'm not sure if I want to participate in the awards or not. I'm like
Zing.
you. They kind of snuck up.
I
on
didn't
me.
know they were coming.
Right. So I'm like,
We've never done them for the
Really?
for pay-per-view.
Really? Check the tape.
All right.
Check the tape. It was last fucking pay-per-view when we changed the format and we did this.
Okay.
All right.
How about the just go to sleep award,
Go to sleep.
which means no storytelling.
Oh, I thought it was singing punk related.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna give a Who Fucking Cares award to Ray and Randy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was your award that he cut you off?
Thank
I know
you.
I always am the cutoff one,
No,
right?
not tonight.
All
Thank
right,
you,
yeah.
Adam.
Oh, I thought
You're
you got,
welcome.
I thought you
You're
got
welcome. I mean, this is
I
what a
thought
good
you
host
got-
does.
I thought you got your thought out.
Here, I'll just
I
mute him
forgot-
so that you can
No,
talk.
a good-
Go ahead.
A good host allows people to talk. You're not doing it.
All right. So what was your award, Medine?
It's the lackluster award,
Oh, okay.
but also called the go to sleep because it's no storytelling. AJ, and
Who
Dan-
win it?
I don't feel like AJ and Daniel Bryan was what it should have been tonight.
Yeah. I just want to say you just kind of piggybacked off me, which was piggybacking off Rob.
But I gave you the answer first, didn't I?
No. You
wasn't
clearly
I wasn't
no. Yeah,
listening to
I
you.
stole his point and you stole mine.
Oh.
Check. Yeah, it goes
the
back
tape.
to Rob saying about the storytelling. On the board, let's see what awards we got. This Commentary Kills Award. Phillips botched so much. Cole was doing cold things, and Otunga.
Oh my God.
Yikes!
What's wrong
That's
with
the
Otunga?
Dana Price. I don't know. I didn't even know Otunga was on tonight.
We phased them out, guys. To be honest with you, we were talking about that during the podcast. I mean, the telecast. We
Yeah,
don't
the
even
why in
listen
the
to them
hell
anymore.
is this on the main show award goes to the mixed match challenge. That's from Stike. And the best vacation award goes to R-Truth, according to Captain Obvious.
Where's he going, Charlotte?
No, they're going to WWE headquarters.
Ooh, a late horrible finish of 2008 award goes to AJ Styles matches in general from Berto. Yeah, all of his matches have the weirdest nut shot endings and screw jobs like tonight. We'll get there. My next award is going to be the Silver Lining Award.
Oh, Rams coming back.
Total shit writing as a whole, but at least Baron's gone from Power. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, silver fucking lining there. Rob, what's your next one?
Oh, what happened?
My next award is going to be really. You didn't. I don't have a name for it. It's the
no name award.
No. It was the shitty decision award. Goes
Okay,
to
there you go. The shitty decision.
the women at the end not being thrown through a table
Yeah.
while the ladder went over, rather than just falling down to the
I
mat.
expected like an Edge and Christian Dudley Boys Hardy type bump with that Ronda spot. I know we'll get there, but you get a coin anyway, Rob, because that's a great point.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he not cross the goal
Medine,
line?
you got anything other than football to talk about?
Hold
Jackass.
on. People realize there's other things going on in the world, you know. Thank you, Ron Simmons. Anyway, we'll go with that Vince Russo award going to the commentators for being so uninspiring, so
That's a good word. It's good. Uninspiring,
mediocre.
good word.
They're just, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're
don't
just horrible.
Medine the point up
Yeah,
too
just-
much.
just go-
Sorry, they're just horrible.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
want to listen to
just
him.
cut now. You're good.
You're welcome.
Shut
All right,
up, guys.
The Tainted Love Award goes to Ziggler, making a win by Balor, feeling so cheap and dirty.
What?
Daniel Price, he
Tainted
must be as
love.
drunk as you are, Rob. No chair award.
I have been drinking all night.
The women not using a chair in the TLC match. What the fuck?
obvious.
Berto says, no, I think there was some chair shots. Am I wrong? Did the women not use one chair shot?
No,
Yeah,
there
Becky-
were chair shots.
Becky
What were
went
you
the fuck
watching,
off with
dude?
chairs.
Everybody did.
Yeah, I mean, they even brought kendo sticks. Yeah. Maybe Berto just fell asleep for part of that.
I think Berto's just angry.
You know? Maybe. The Rob's bitching about hosting when he gave up hosting. Oh, Hitman's just being smart.
That's prevalent. That's relevant.
Yeah, was that a botch award? Becky Lynch's table spot where she bounced off Charlotte. That's from Alex Carter, Captain Obvious, of course. Yeah, that was a botch. It wasn't really a botch by the wrestlers. The table was supposed to break. She wasn't supposed to bounce on her.
I was saying to Medine, you got to think about these walls and the tables. They're built to break away, but they're built to break away for an average of 300 plus pounds with the men. Men are close to 400 plus pounds. 2 men. You get 2 women, they're 300, 320, 330. I'm thinking at best here.
Yeah.
So yeah, shit's not gonna fall away like it's supposed to.
And also, if for those of you wondering if I had anyone check Rob's math on that, I did.
So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance.
Aha. Go ahead.
Final award from me is the unevenly uneven as fuck award.
He's doing 3 awards.
That goes to TLC as a total. Let's see, more than half the cards, 2/3 of the card was shit. Couple matches were good.
Yeah.
Let's just get all.
Let me get one. Let me get one.
Oh,
last
you want
award.
another award?
One last award.
All right, what is it?
What was that?
I don't know.
Ronda Rousey's walking down to the ring
Oh.
and back up the
That
ramp.
was the Vince
What was
McMahon
that?
power
Seriously.
walk.
I agree. She probably took lessons from Vince.
That was
It-
an
it-
overkill.
It was like the Terminator 2000 in T2, fucking walking down the street, and then add that to
Walking
Vince.
down the street,
Okay.
Really?
we get the funniest looks.
You doing a monkey song?
She overdid it.
You're like a woman in a fight. You had to get the last word in
She
there.
OD'd.
Are you gonna talk?
I was letting it breathe. You two are still
We
fighting.
don't care.
We were done.
I don't care.
All right. So we're just gonna
Rams
run
going for
down
2.
the match card. The shitty matches we're gonna skip over and say very little. I'm looking at you, Medine. And the good matches we'll talk at length. And for those of you who aren't sure about which is which,
That Lythan?
the pre-show had some really good ones. Let's get it started with that opening pre-show match. Rob, I know you're full on Angry Elf here.
He's an angry elf.
Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander, not a featured spot here on the start of the pre-show.
I would have had Seth and Dean, perhaps them open the night.
On pre-show?
No.
Oh, okay.
The curtain jerker for
Curtain jerker.
for the pay-per-view, and put Buddy and Cedric as the buffer match between the women.
Hell, why was it Natty and Ruby on the pre-show? I'm
What?
sorry.
No, you're right. Actually, honestly, why wasn't the tag team, the triple threat tag team, SmackDown belt? Why wasn't that on pre-show? They didn't do anything in that. Well, I don't know if we're gonna talk about
We'll
that.
talk about each one, sort of.
But I'm just saying that Buddy Murphy and Cedric, here again is your 205 Live, another product that you would like to try to highlight and get a larger audience for.
Oh, they
so,
scored?
So what do you do to get a larger audience? You put them you keep burying them in a pre-show.
Right?
Those 2 guys are more talented than most of the roster in general, and yet you bury them in the pre-show. I don't get it.
And if you're going to put – this is like that Mania we saw when it was Austin Aries and Neville. Very good. We back then were covering 205 Live.
Right.
A great program leading up to that Mania, and the match ends up on a pre-show.
Right. I mean, I don't get it. Do you not care about building an audience for your network?
And if that's the case, why even putting them on? Why even put a match in a featured spot on a pay-per-view?
I don't know.
If anything, I would think they'd sooner put these matches on a takeover than on a main roster.
It doesn't seem to make sense to me anymore. The order of booking. It used to be the pre-show or pre-match matches, whatever.
Your quote-unquote heavyweight championship was 8th on the card of 10 matches, Rob.
Right. I don't understand the order.
There is
anymore.
no logic.
What is the logic they use? That's the question.
And I get when the women jump the line because they're trying to do something, first time like they did tonight. But what is the logic? You mention it.
It's like if you were watching Saturday night's main event back in the day, and the Brooklyn Brawler was in the fucking main event.
I mean, I have 3 matches that were good tonight. AJ versus Daniel, despite the ending. Buddy and Cedric, and the women's TLC. And Buddy and Cedric led the fucking night off and didn't even get a main roster spot on the pay-per-view.
We're bitching more about the position of their match.
Yes.
But the match itself was solid.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I think if it would have been a rubber match or something a little bit higher on the card, I think it would have been more than they'd given us.
I think you're so wrong in even thinking that. I mean, AJ and Daniel Bryan did not even main event. And guess what? They didn't even lose to the women. They lost to the IC title. The WWE Heavyweight Championship, whatever the fuck that title is called, is defended before the IC title. Is this furthering the curse of AJ? Because he's never main evented.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You know how Rob feels about that and how kind of I feel about that when it comes to the belt. Me, that WWE Championship should be defended last. But that's just me.
It should be, the title should always be.
I just wish you would talk normal.
Yeah, you're so like.
What do you mean?
Like speak into the microphone. That's
I was talking
attached
into the
your
microphone.
fucking
You're
head, so you
talking
can talk
pillow
right?
talk.
I wasn't
right now.
talking loud
It's
enough.
fucking pillow talks. What you got?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking loud enough for that particular.
Yeah,
sentence. Everyone heard me.
The top belt should be top. The second highest belt should be third to last, I think. And
Anaconda Vice didn't show up on time, but he's here now.
And we're still happy with the women being the last match. Even let's say AJ.
well, it deserved to be tonight.
right, exactly. So let's say AJ is the match that precedes it. That's fine, right?
Right.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
how about this theory before we move on from here? From Daniel Price, not a theory, suggestion. He says, "Fuck 3 hours of Raw, make it 2 like SmackDown,
Okay.
make that third hour 205 live. If you're really gonna invest in something, do it.
That's what WCW
Shit or get
did.
off the pot.
That's what they did back in the day.
Yeah, but
Their
they
first
did that
hour was a
middle
cruise-
hour.
No, they did a first hour was cruiserweights.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yes.
watched it.
I thought it was the middle
First
hour.
hour.
You
No.
didn't
You didn't watch it. So how are you
WCW.
talking about?
On 83 weeks, Bischoff talks about how they did the
I don't
middle
give a shit
hour
what he talked about. On television, the first
because
hour
they wanted
was
people to watch the bookends, and in the middle,
at some
they'd
point,
have to see these good, talented cruiserweights.
Okay.
Nah,
Doesn't matter.
it's not
That's what he said.
Point being, though. What's your point?
Let's see.
Continue.
I'm done with this match.
So am I.
My man. Next match. Elias grabs the guitar, but Bobby Lashley's the one who beats him up at the end of the ladder match. Elias, other than the Elimination Chamber, again, not on a main pay-per-view card. That's the only thing I really want to talk about here. Why did they make Elias face? Why are they seemingly giving him another push, yet he doesn't make that pay-per-view?
No,
Money.
he got a push. He beat Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley doesn't look weak because he gets the last laugh.
Which is fine for the heel, but I'm talking about the positioning of the match more, Rob. Not the outcome, not the match. The match itself, I think it deserved to be on the main card. Again, when I'm looking at freaking Natty and Ruby Riott making the card, and like you said, the
So
Bar,
you're just
Usos, and New Day,
You're just complaining about the card again.
I'm complaining. Yes, this is an echo point of why was this the other match on the pre-show?
Okay, well, I mean, that's established. I agree with you.
Okay.
Okay, now for the match itself, in a situation with the
Not a bad
storyline,
match.
I mean, potato. I mean, it wasn't a great match. It wasn't a great match.
No, it wasn't.
And it wasn't designed to be a main card match. It could have been a main card match, but what they did was clearly not designed to do that. And like I said, fucking, you let Elias get the win, makes him look big, builds him as a face, and then fucking, yeah, but it don't hurt Bobby Lashley because he gets a chair shot. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's not a good booking either way. I mean, if Elias and Lashley, to me, are guys you need at the top of Raw to be booked right,
Yeah.
and you got them on a pre-show. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great.
Wasn't
bad.
From okay match in a bad booking spot to terrible curtain jerker booking here. The mixed match challenge, the Fabulous Truth beating Mahalisha to get the 50 spot. Really? The
30
fucking dance break guys get
thir-
the 30 and 30?
Did you say
30.
50 spot?
Yeah, he did.
Whatever.
We mowed over. It's okay. Let him go. This is you okay? Oh, okay. The
Executive producer, talk while I sneeze.
I know I should have done that, but you were so enchanting, honestly. Why are we talking about this match?
Because again, I want to I want to set the pattern here. The only thing I'm mentioning it for is again another shitty booking.
Go ahead.
Another shitty booking.
Okay.
Another shitty booking.
We'll do a sound effect. You just go, another shitty booking.
Tape number 2.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
The Bar retain over Usos and New Day. I've been seeing this shit for 2 years.
Should be a pre-show. Should have been a pre-show match. Nothing extra. There was no extra spots, no fancy new things to see, nothing different in personalities and characters.
This match isn't going to be on any of their career DVDs.
And basically everybody that went into that match, they all left the same. The Bar had the belts. Fucking, it was stupid. It was just really inconsequential and a waste of fucking time.
The only thing worse was the rap battle on Tuesday. I'll say that.
Okay.
Next. To me, the missed opportunity of the night. I know this isn't an award, but Braun versus Baron, #1 contender.
I don't see a problem.
Full control. I know. I think that Braun should have introduced Kurt Angle and they had a little mini match. Him and Baron. And then Heath come out after the ref gets knocked and Heath count the pin.
Okay.
And then if all the other guys want to come out and take their chair shots and whatever, fine.
I like the way they did it.
I don't like my biggest gripe, I think, Rob, is Heath already out there at the start of the match. I would have much rather the ref get knocked out for some reason. Chad Gable winds up the chair and he hits the ref in the face by accident. So they need Heath to come and save the day.
No, I hear you. I like the way they did it. My only regret in it is that they didn't have more of the roster come out. You know?
Well, I mean, they could have brought the pre-show guy, Elias, back out. He's had just as much gripe and been involved there.
Yeah, but he's got hit by a guitar. He can't come out. That's totally breaking the kayfabe.
Nobody watched that.
Well, you know what I mean.
I didn't even come over it yet.
But
I was watching on my phone.
No, you could have had Seth Rollins could have came out.
Huh.
He had an issue with Baron.
So
it was fine. No, it was fine. It was a good. You're not excited about it. You're not going to talk about it. The way you're talking about it sounds like fucking Ben Stein talking about economics. Like you, like really, there's no intenseness in your. There's nothing intense in your voice.
Then I have sold it properly.
Okay, if we're gonna hate this pay-per-view, then let's hate this pay-per-view intensely, so that in 45 minutes of talking about it, we're not ready to go to bed.
I don't entirely hate this pay-per-view,
but you sound like a fucking sloth trying to read a
on
story.
this topic. I am. This is. We saw this coming forever. Now we get Brock and Baron again. Brock and Braun again? How am I supposed to be excited about that, Rob?
I don't know, but the way you're saying it right now is pretty good. I like the intensity. I'm just saying that this match, this situation that happened, may have been one of the best storyline moments of the night, in my opinion. As far as matches, no, it's fucking horrible. But storyline moments, this may have been one of the best. And that's saying something for a Raw brand that has been next to fucking worst.
I'll go
worst
with
ever.
I'll go with Stike then. To fix Raw, he says at least now we don't have 5 segments of Baron on Raw.
Amen. Half full.
There you go. Half
Thank
full.
you.
That's what I got for you.
Thank you, Stike.
Next step would be to get the fucking belt back on TV. But he's fighting Braun, so I know that's not going to happen.
Well, I think the belt's. I think the Universal title is on the. It's got a shelf life.
IC title went higher in the card tonight than the other belt, so I don't see how.
I don't know. I think it's going to die soon. I don't have a good reason why.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm ready to move on to the next.
I know you are.
Match. The table match with what is there's fat heads on them.
Again, why are we talking about this match?
Because I'm gonna run down the card, and I want to say again here. This is my thing. Why is this even a match? Is this all about Natty and her honoring her dad? Why isn't this on the pre-show? That's what I wanted to say.
The
Rob.
silver lining to this match is maybe it's Natty's swan song. That would be okay.
It was so horrible.
It was bad.
All the extra.
And
all the
Natty,
extra. You know what I'm talking about. The extra to the match.
And Natty nonstop fucking smiling and just the overly emotional angle of it. And then when Natty holds up the half broken table at the end and it's got like half of Ruby's leg hanging off and the other half's like torn off. It was so cheesy. And so Natty needs,
and I'm wearing my daddy's jacket.
Dude, let Natty be a producer for the girls in the back. Cool. Do that. Let her help her. Let her help to create matches, to train girls. Maybe go to the PC, do some work down there. I don't know, but Natty needs to be out of the storyline.
Now, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we'll talk more about it tomorrow night on Rawsome here. But with Alexa being cleared, I'd rather see Natty take that role. I'm the GM of the women's division.
Oh God, are you serious?
If you want her off out of matches,
Everything she does is toxic. You want
okay.
Natty running the whole women's division? You wouldn't care because you shit on the women's division all the time.
I would fast forward it.
You wouldn't even know that she's a GM until 3 weeks after the fact because you weren't paying attention.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would probably, like I said, fast forward it.
Yeah.
Check the tape.
Okay.
Next match, Drew McIntyre. Sorry, board. You haven't really said anything, no offense, that's just so amazing that I have to read it, so I'm just ignoring you like the other guy in the corner. Drew McIntyre loses. Finn beats him with a roll-up after all the Dolph interference. Okay, seemingly set up a program, right?
Yeah.
With Drew and Dolph because they didn't really have their breakup. But then Dolph is fighting Finn Balor in the background.
So triple threat?
Is it?
Well, you have to think that the confusing part about this is we've all considered that Drew McIntyre is more than likely the heir apparent to being the face of WWE.
I think he's more of the heir apparent to being the Triple H of the roster.
Okay, fine. Either one. But still a major player.
Right. That's what I mean
to
by
fill that void. But then Finn comes in tonight and kind of puts a little bump in the road on that. Like, well, are they gonna push Finn for the face? Because I don't think so. He's a tiny dude. But if roles are changing in the office, in the creative, maybe Finn could get pushed up and elevated to that top build position. I don't know. Dolph Ziggler, I never know what he's doing in a feud ever.
He is one of those guys that just keeps bouncing like a fucking ping pong ball back and forth.
He's Big Show. He's Little Big Show.
No, he doesn't lose the nut shots though.
No,
he's Little Big Show.
He's Little Big Show. As far as his character, he's sometimes he's heel, sometimes he's face. You're not sure.
Medina, I have to cut you off because
it's okay. You usually do.
No. The
You don't
reason I
have to
want to do
apologize.
that is because before we should talk more about this off air because if we keep talking about this on air, Edge and Christian, who have a bigger production budget than us, are going to steal it for their show, just like they did the other gimmicks we do.
They stole our shit, man.
Speaking of things that are a steal, 10% off. Promo code marked out, all one word, all caps at collarandelbowbrand.com.
10% off your whole damn order.
Yeah, if you are losing weight like we are supposed to be doing,
like I am,
and you need new clothes that you don't have to pull down over your belly like Rob does when he comes to hit the check sound button over here,
okay,
now's the time because you'll save 10% with the collarandelbowbrand.com. Promo code marked out, all caps, all one word. So easy. Maybe Medine could use it.
They got 3XL for both of them.
That was his comeback?
That was it.
He how long would you sit on that?
Let him go.
So what do you mean? I just came up with that.
Sure you did.
3XL, both of you.
Ray rolled up Randy in a chair match. Do I need to talk about anything else? Another roll up tonight, by the way.
Do you want to talk about your boy, Ray or Randy?
I didn't see the match. Not really.
Okay. By the way, this is 2018. It's December 16th, 2018. For those of you just joining us on the podcast and hear me mention Randy and Ray and think we're covering something classic, I just want to make sure you understand that this is 2018.
Not 2004.
That's what I got to say about this match. Anything else?
This is as uninteresting a match as I've ever seen.
To me, is this just like, okay, Ray, you came back. We need something for you to do right now. We're not sure with what we want you to do, so let's put you with something really familiar. And Randy, we don't expect anything from you these days. You just kind of show up when you want to and, do what you want to do. So I want you guys just have a program for a little while until we figure out something. Okay?
I feel like,
all right, thanks, guys.
I feel like Randy Orton for the past 2 years has been that way.
Well,
Rob, before I segue to you, I got a quick question. Just a little mini speed round.
I'm
not even going to play the sound here. Is Medine our Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Of
course I am.
Kind of low energy.
There's nothing really to his storylines, but he makes appearances.
He pops in here and there.
Yeah.
Sometimes he has good matches, and most times it's just kind of
and he's never learned how to do the mic, quite right.
Kind of paint by numbers most times.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely him.
All right. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, buddy. I'm glad you took that as a compliment.
I'll take that.
Who said this? Hopefully, we get Superstar Shakeup tomorrow. Vince, Look, Vince is pulling a Trump on everybody right now. Vince completely destroyed Monday Night Raw, and he's going to show up tomorrow and act like he's going to fix it. Like, I'm the only one that can fix it, goddammit. I don't know who ruined it, but I'm going to fix it now.
You know what, though?
Oh, everybody knows. Every Mark knows he ruined it except for Brian.
I mean, look, the fact that they're doing it in Sacramento, that he showed up in Sacramento, says a lot about
show up in Chicago.
Yeah, show up and try to explain yourself.
Go to fucking Philly.
Because Chicago will come up with like an entire sentence chants just to have a conversation with him. What the fuck were you thinking when you booked these two together? You know, just fucking.
Oh, seriously.
Hey, now I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, Rob, but maybe there is some silver lining. I mean, after all, San Jose, they surprised me in the runner-up to the main event tonight.
Wow.
But before we get there, Medine, check the tape. I need you to back me. Before it happened, I typed into the computer on our production sheet that Ronda tapped or made Nia tap.
This is true.
What happened?
So I looked down at the screen while this match was going on as a cat hops on my lap. But no, that didn't happen then. It happened now. Good match, decent match.
He's recapping my statement now.
I know.
Yeah, recapping the statement. But it was a decent match. It could have been a lot better. I don't know that I liked the fact that.
How could it have been better?
Well, when it came to the submission at the end, she pointing at Tamina outside the ring.
Why?
As if this is for
help
you.
Me? Help me.
Okay, if she was fighting Tamina,
Thank you.
and Nia was outside and she wanted to do that point to Nia and then took it out on Tamina, I get it.
Thank you, Adam.
Tamina had nothing to do with any fucking part of this feud. It was like, I don't know, she's calling her shot like Babe Ruth.
You're next, but so what? Like
You're next.
You're
You're
the
not even a
underling.
contender.
That's what I'm saying.
Tamina's never sniffed a fucking championship.
I'm sorry. I think you two are just bitching to bitch right now. Who gives
Really?
a shit?
Yeah,
who
okay.
cares?
You didn't like
okay,
that?
She
you're
made
right.
an aggressive point at a foe in a situation.
This
Okay.
is true. You're right. I
mean,
think it's something just to continue the but in the moment, it just kind of, I don't know.
Bardo says
It seemed a little too final.
in response to Vince's comments, he says he's not fixing shit. He's trying to boost the ratings, and maybe they will for that show, but everything will go back to being shit. Good talkers will be continued to be scripted, and matches still suck.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right. AJ.
What?
Daniel Bryan.
Wait.
We want to still talk about Nia and Ronda?
Yeah,
I mean, we
you
didn't
can.
talk about them at all.
Oh, okay.
Did we talk about them at all?
There was
I mean,
some good
I-
spots.
Can I just say Ronda's had like 6 matches? One of them was against her, and it wasn't that good. And this
was
one
a
wasn't that
decent-
good either.
Nah, this was a. Had a
All
decent
right,
I mean,
spot.
there's-
you
there's
guys talk.
definitely-
It's the women. I'm going to take a
Well,
break.
there's
What did you like, Rob?
Well, I'm just
I'm
saying.
going to take a break.
It's okay. Thank you. We heard you the first time. It's not about what I liked and what I didn't like. It's just noticeable patterns or changes within this. I mean, you look at Nia. They've clearly given Nia like an earthquake typhoon type moveset. I mean, she's doing the quick headbutts. I mean, I'm serious. She's a big girl. Let's be realistic. Yeah. They're giving her the big guy or big girl moveset. The subtle headbutts, the leg drops, the force moves, and I mean, less stuff I think so she won't fucking hurt somebody. So that's a good thing, right? I still and the fact that everybody's going to say, "Oh God, the monster tapped out so fast." Well, everybody has elbows and joints.
She's tapped out a lot, by the way.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, elbows are elbows, and joints are joints. You can't. They don't get better because you're a big girl. You know what I mean? They don't get less painful. Is all I'm saying. So we could bitch about this match. I don't think there's much to bitch about. The overall systemic problem is that Ronda Rousey has the fucking belt to begin with.
She'll have it to Mania. There's no question about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But that's all I got to say.
she's getting better. I
Ronda?
think so. She's getting.
Yeah, but
Hey,
that-
Medine, there's some positivity. Go ahead.
But that's part of my problem. And even fucking the announcers made the comment like, "Oh, she's getting better." I don't know if it's pre-show or something. Like, she's getting better with every match. She's the champion. She shouldn't be getting better with every match.
I agree. She shouldn't be on the chase.
It should be the pinnacle.
It happens though, in our non-scripted sports. Sometimes somebody gets lucky and becomes a champion, and they may or may not hold onto the belt for an extended period of time after they win. But the fact that they weren't a champion before, they kind of got lucky. That's not
The Desmond Howard effect.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. You can win and become a champion, and yeah, you should have been established beforehand, but it doesn't always happen
No,
that way.
I don't buy that shit. If Dana Brooke out of nowhere won the title, okay, that's kind of, oh, wow.
Right.
That happened.
Okay.
But somebody who was clearly hyped up to be on the roster, put in all the situations
Or
to get her
Foxy,
there.
that's a 10-plus year veteran. They give her the title.
Yeah, I get this is just a TV show. I get it's just scripted, but there's got to be some reality to it, and there's got to be some respect for the industry. I don't feel like WWE has respect for the industry. That's the biggest problem.
So-
they don't care. They
so
write the rules as they go.
On the flip side, since Brock has the title and they came from similar backgrounds, don't you kind of feel the same way there with the Universal title?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
Best
I'm
part of the match was after the match when Nia got punched in the face by Becky. That's from Stike. Let's see. They should let Nia use the stink face. That's from Bang Bus. Okay, why not? It's
Yeah.
part of the family.
Sure.
Worst pay-per-view match that Ronda had was against Alexa, so how about we make Alexa Ronda's manager? That way Alexa doesn't wrestle and Ronda doesn't talk. That's from Berto.
I don't think Alexa's a bad wrestler.
I don't either. I disagree with him there.
No, she's okay.
Yeah. And also Anaconda Vice was saying stupid shit on there. Let's go to the next match.
Par for the course.
Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. This is, again, I'm going to go back to Rob's point. A good match that told no fucking story and ended with a reversal roll-up. Or not a reversal roll-up, or a reverse small package.
A reverse small, yeah.
What? Why? Where's the story? They could have worked a leg. They could have worked an arm. They could have sold an injury thing. They could have told some kind of story.
I think it's first more important that we just bring up the fact that me and Medine established that Daniel Bryan was wearing some straight-up Darth Vader dark black fucking villain gear.
Black on black on black on black on black.
Right. Just fucking straight up all evil and shit.
He was beyond heel.
And it was like matte black, too, so it shined in the
Right.
lights.
It's a fucking Vader black, man.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean,
It's in backwards. Did you notice the backwards S on the knee pads?
what did that stand for?
I don't know, but I saw it on both knee pads. I'm like, what's going on with the reverse Skittles
What's the
shit?
name?
He's a Sith.
What's the name of his? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't care what it is now. That's what it is.
I mean,
What's your problem with this match? The match was
my problem was the ending and the fact that it really didn't tell a story. There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
really good spots in this match, but it never had that feel, Rob, of a story. There was not the one guy wasn't constant. Daniel Bryan wasn't constantly trying to kill AJ. He was constantly going outside the ring and coming back in. It didn't have the reversals or chain wrestling I thought it would have.
It goes back to the lack of respect that the creative team and Vince has for the belts nowadays. That all the belts are just props to be worn in storylines. There is no tradition behind them. There is no respect for the industry. To go with them. That was worth it.
Tell us how you really feel, Rob.
No, I'm saying. I mean, here we go. You got your WWE champion, your most storied and prized belt you've ever had, and you have it go fourth to last match,
Third to last
match in a reversal fucking small package.
For a long match. I mean, it was over 15 minutes.
Right, but I mean, has that belt been involved in anything significant storyline wise? I don't think it has.
Berto says that AJ Styles has been a disappointment all year. His matches end shitty and his storylines are never good. Is that AJ Styles' fault?
That's not his fault.
Yeah. AJ Styles can wrestle with a broom. His finishes are terrible because that's the one part of the match we know is the most scripted. And then also, you talk about his storylines. That's scripted.
I don't buy the I don't buy the
Wendy.
shit. I don't buy the shit that Mark said all the time that Vince holds AJ back because he was in TNA. Right? I don't buy that at all. What I do buy is that Vince is an old stubborn man, and he never thought AJ was good enough to come to WWE in the past, and he's only bringing him now in for maybe a quick buck or whatever.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. If you shut up and quit
Let
interrupting
him
me.
finish. Let him finish.
My God.
So you can prove that it's not the same.
Is that he doesn't respect him enough to write any complex storylines for him and match the belt to it. Like Samoa Joe. He never had enough respect for Samoa Joe to ever think he should have been in WWE to begin with, and now he's just kowtowing to probably to Hunter. And so Vince is not writing him anything extravagant because he doesn't believe that he holds the ability to carry the story or the company.
I think you were very, very close there. You said Vince isn't writing anything for him currently and all that for the company. I think Vince isn't writing anything for him, period.
I'm talking about approving main storylines.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know how we talk about, like, certain people are built for a 6-month storyline? I don't think Vince has ever gone, let's do this with AJ Styles for 6 months.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was just trying to make it more succinct and less Medine.
It was very succinct.
Sounded Medine.
No, you weren't paying attention.
Nah, I'm much better than that.
Your comebacks have been on point. I know that tonight.
All right, whatever.
Do we want to continue?
What, AJ and Daniel?
Yeah. Is there anything else we left out?
More consequence will happen. I'm sure that Yeah, they're setting up Daniel and Miz for.
I mean, AJ's the only one who made Brock look good in a
What
year.
does AJ do now?
I don't know. They send him back to the U.S. title like they have the last couple times.
He continues to battle for the world title somehow.
I don't think he's getting it back, though. I think he's going to be eventually bumped out of it.
Remember, he had that long feud with Kevin Owens for the U.S. title.
And this was his rematch, right?
I think he gets back into the picture somehow, some way, and he actually gets that title before WrestleMania.
I think him and Daniel are done for a while.
I think it's done.
For a good while.
I think
you can afford to be right now. This is the perfect timing.
I think the focus goes to Miz.
He can.
It starts to on the road to WrestleMania and Rumble and stuff. Daniel Bryan's going to do his shtick and kill time, but in the end, it's going to be Miz and him at Rumble. I mean, at Mania.
At Mania. So?
Yeah.
For the title?
Yeah. Maybe they do a triple threat or something stupid like that between now and then.
Maybe AJ and Bryan have another match at Rumble, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe they do Elimination Chamber for the belt or for a contendership.
No, I forgot about Chamber.
You know, so that if Miz doesn't win the Rumble, he wins the Chamber and becomes #1 contender that way. Somehow Miz is going to end up with contendership.
Maybe Roman shows up at Chamber and takes the WWE title.
Who?
For SmackDown.
Roman. Leukemia.
Damn, son. Damn,
cool.
son.
Next match,
Damn,
segue
son.
right from Roman to the other two members of the Shield.
I would too.
Seth loses the IC title to Dean Ambrose. Boring chants throughout this match probably sum up the way I feel.
Boring.
The only hope I have and the only thing I care about to talk about here is the future. Is Seth going to go and take the title from Brock, or what I feel, because Brock only has one match left and nobody wants to see Brock and Braun again, the game-changing announcement that Vince is going to make tomorrow is that he's going to expand that match from just Braun and Brock.
It certainly does feel like Seth Rollins is the knight in shining armor that we're all waiting to save us from the
Jericho was at one time.
From the dragon that is Brock Lesnar. He slayed all the knights, right? And
multiple times.
Right, and now we're going, God, who's going to get rid of this fucking guy? We want him gone. We were tired of him. We don't want him. If you, every once in a while, sure, but as a champion, no. Who's going to slay the dragon?
Let's take the time machine.
Seth can do it.
Let's take the time machine back. Do you remember a time when the title was being contested between Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and they were on TV all the time?
They abandoned that so fast.
And then Brock came along right after the Survivor Series. I mean, the roster is wide open right now. Opportunities are abound. You could pop test the fuck out of everybody and really find out. But the bottom line is Vince doesn't care. I know this isn't part of the match here, but I don't want to talk about the match. I want to talk about the boring chants. It's fucking San Jose, not Chicago, not Philly, not Detroit, not one of these cities that has the fucking marks. San Jose. Boring chants. I don't remember a fucking chant they made all fucking night until this.
Well, you know what? When you got somebody as slow as Dean Ambrose, I'm honestly.
Damn, Dean, speed it up, bro.
I'm being serious.
He even wins a title slow.
I'm being serious. You got to have somebody who can carry him, bro.
Hey,
and Seth cannot
Seth
carry.
did his best job.
If being slow can get you a wife like Renee, I'm not gonna knock him.
Let's just talk about for a second the fact that
He's a tortoise.
they pulled the injury
Pulled
angle.
the hair.
Shut up. they pulled the injury angle with Seth off some stupid I'm gonna go for the buckle bomb and I slipped and hurt my knee.
Okay, that was dumb as shit.
It was so dumb. And then he
retarded.
no-sells it, 4 moves later like it's nothing.
It's not even 4 moves
Why
later.
even do it, period? He picked him up with a buckle bomb the next, I think the next step.
Next move. The next
Right.
thing he did.
Why did you do that? This match was so – it was just a bad – look, these two guys, Seth Rollins is very talented, and Dean Ambrose is there. This match could have been so much better. It needed a third person, I think.
Someone says this match is like having an enema.
This is unfortunately
John Cena versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Stike says that's stupid.
No, this is the case of, speaking of, two guys being too familiar with one another and us being too familiar with them. and them not giving us another wrinkle or
These
something
are
different.
two guys that should be fighting over the main belt and are in the mid card. Let's just call it fucking what it is.
That too.
Regardless of what you feel about Dean Ambrose, he is booked as a main eventer. His character has been seen as a main eventer, and so is Seth. And they're fighting over the fucking IC title. Okay, you want to talk about magnified bad booking?
I don't know.
I don't know. I would say that
you're-
actually Dean should be fighting for the IC title.
I
and
appreciate.
and Seth should
Yeah.
be fighting for the heavyweight title.
I appreciate your aggression.
That's
on,
what I
on
would
this
say.
topic, but no, Dean is exactly where he should be.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, Dean should be.
I agree.
Dean should not be sniffing anything above ICUS.
No.
No.
Who on Raw? Who on Raw is your top 5 guys that you think
I don't even
deserve
watch
the
Raw,
title?
but hold on.
Drew
Give me a
Mc-
second. Give me a
Okay,
second.
Universal
Drew McIntyre.
Universal
We'll write 'em down.
title. 5 guys.
McIntyre.
Drew,
Drew McIntyre.
Seth.
Seth, no
Rollins.
question. Finn,
Finn.
okay.
Finn Balor. Kevin Owens when he's
He's
healthy.
not active. He's not
We
he's
can't
not,
use-
we
no,
can't
no,
use him.
can't use him.
All
Can't
right.
use Roman. Only
right.
active guys. Who's your top 5?
Braun.
All right. Braun Strowman.
You're gonna put Braun. Okay,
Is
who's
he
5?
active?
Absolutely.
Okay, who's 5? I mean, he's active. He fought tonight,
Uh-huh.
technically.
I'm sure I'm not thinking of somebody right now that I clearly.
Can I say your boy Bobby Roode?
No,
I can't use him.
not the
Why
way he's in
You
the
can't-
tag division.
You can't use Bobby Roode.
because he's the
You
tagger.
can use him, but I'll argue against him.
Okay.
He's in the tag division.
Bobby Lashley.
Lashley, there you go.
He hasn't won a fucking
So what?
match in God
So-
knows how
so
long.
what? Bobby
My
Lashley,
man.
there you go.
My
So,
man.
so what?
That's 5
He's a
guys
heel.
right
He
there.
doesn't have to
Okay,
win.
fine.
Dude's
So
300 pounds.
Those are 5. You guys are saying Bobby Lashley's character and everything, the whole package is better than Dean.
No, I'm just saying he.
In a heavyweight
Could be.
situation, yes.
Yeah.
In the
Leo
division.
Rush?
Not
In
on
the-
heavyweights,
in
in
the
the
ring-
division.
in the ring, yes.
In the division.
In the ring, as a wrestler, yes, Bobby Lashley is better than Dean Ambrose.
Oh, I agree as a wrestler.
What's your argument?
I think Dean's character is way more entertaining than
Yeah,
most
that
people's.
part.
Yeah, so let him go fucking dance a jig and do the fucking
The board
elephant
says-
show and go.
Fuck you, Berto. We're not counting Brock on anyone's list. McIntyre, Rollins, Finn, Braun, Seth, Drew, Finn, Braun, AJ. When he comes to Raw,
Nah,
Stike wants
that
to
doesn't
say.
count, yeah.
Bray Wyatt, he hadn't even been seen.
Does he
I'm
still
not
wrestle?
Brock. Berto's probably right in McIntyre, Rollins, Finn, and Braun. I'm not arguing those 4. And then he says, "You lose, Adam. Move on."
I'm
okay.
too sexy.
You know what?
I'm
You
too
lose.
slow for the ring.
Fuck you.
Too slow for the
He turned
ring.
on. He finally turned on him.
Right. Damn.
Ninja, please.
All right. Last match. I've been saying
You
this.
see how he's getting the fuck out of that real quick,
Yeah,
right?
Because he lost.
Yeah.
What I said.
That was a
I said I lost.
major L.
I read you lose. Oh my god.
The cat's fucking Ellen you.
What do you want me to do? Fucking like.
No, do you? Go ahead.
Anyway, last match. I kind of
Last
said
match.
this here. Becky had to. The reason there's a triple threat here is to take some heat off Becky. Why Ronda did the slowest push and not through tables and not really have that big spot for Asuka should not negate the fact that I am excited that Asuka won.
Oh, I think. Well, I was in a prepared mode. My hands were in the air. I was getting ready
Ready
to
to
celebrate.
clap? Oh.
Yeah, celebrate when Asuka was climbing up. I was in an excited posture, and I am excited that she won. And I would have been excited if Becky Lynch would have won. I would have been really pissed if Charlotte would have won.
Oh yeah, everybody would have been pissed.
No, not everyone.
Now
Not you.
my segue before we get too far, Medine, if you could channel your inner Latino Damas. I don't know if you know who he is. Number one,
Anistique.
Becky is now probably slated to win the Rumble. And we're going to set up what Rob said, which is Asuka Charlotte 3 at Mania. And Becky Lynch Ronda. Becky as the Rumble winner going against Ronda's undefeated streak. She'll stall and she'll fight Nia and stuff in between them. But what do you see if you can channel that fictional person you don't know?
I can't.
See how I tried to
So,
play your character
Yeah, but
split personality thing?
yeah, just no.
Mike Cena, can he comment?
Can't do that.
Anybody that's better than you?
I don't know what's happening
Anybody
right now.
better than me? No, I'm just kind of what you got tonight, buddy. Sorry.
All right, well then what do you think on this?
I really don't have any thoughts about it. 'cause,
Wow. I should
'Cause he
never.
wasn't-
I should
I
never have
wasn't-
cut to him.
I wasn't even
It's
thinking
because
about
you
it.
talk so long that we stopped
It's
listening after a
completely-
while.
Yeah, I was
Really?
completely
We
lost.
fade out.
Really? The main
What was the
event of a
question? What was-
fucking pay-per-view reaction show?
what was the
and
question?
you're tuning out?
What was the question?
Check the tape.
I don't want to check the tape. I want you to ask a question and not do a 20-minute diatribe before you do it.
My question here is,
He's worse than the recaps.
do you agree
What, Cole?
with or see that this is where it's happening, that Becky is going to win the Rumble to get back in the title picture?
Actually,
Yeah.
okay, so
very Stone Cold like in the McMahon days.
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
So listen.
Yes,
so,
I think all that's going to happen.
So apparently,
Thank you, Rob.
Latino
Even though
Damas,
you completely suck.
Latino Damas already predicted this.
You swallow.
With Becky Lynch winning
Wait,
the Rumble.
now you know who Latino Damas is?
I get texts from him from time to time.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
man.
just had to clarify.
I have no idea
You
what's
don't have a
going on.
phone.
I don't have my phone on me. Thank you. Thank you. See? So, but as far as who she may face, it depends, because tonight they started something of an angle, or continued something where they had Becky and Nia with an altercation in the back, but didn't do anything with the match as far as a result. So you have that open now for Royal Rumble. You've got.
Well, and they've clearly been continuing.
Well, wait,
it.
right. Will they face off in the Rumble? Will Nia cost her the Rumble?
No.
Will she throw Nia off? I mean, will she throw out Nia last
No.
in the Rumble? That's
No,
what I
you're-
think probably will happen.
you're going
Nia's
too deep in thought
Nia's
there.
moving on to something else.
No.
Nia's
altogether.
moving on
No.
to the tag
So
team
this is-
division
first
for
of all,
women
this is Latino Damas,
because
so
the
shut
first
the hell up,
champ's
because
going
you
to
guys don't know what you're
talk
talking
at
about.
Mania.
This is what he has foreseen,
Okay.
not your forceptions.
Okay.
That's not a word.
Forceps.
I don't know. You guys got forceps?
Nurse, pass me the forceps.
Pass me the
ESL,
forceps.
clearly.
DSL, dick sucking lips?
I said ESL.
I heard DSLs.
Yeah.
What?
What are you talking about? Bandwidth?
PSLs?
Oh, Jesus. All right. Do you think I think that this is Nia's going to go to the tag division with Tamina?
Yes.
Anyway,
Yep.
I truly believe that Becky's going to jump ship as the Rumble winner.
Yes.
On the board, it was discussed that maybe Charlotte and Becky do a Hart and Luger ending, and then they each can challenge the champion.
they both land at the same time type of deal.
And they each choose to determine.
Well, it is fucking.
Rob,
It
where do you
wouldn't be
see-
unthinkable that they would try to repeat that. What do I see? What?
You said earlier off air, you said you see Asuka and Charlotte, and you see Ronda and Becky at Mania. I agree with you completely. Do you
I do.
think there's any other option?
I mean, there's always other options.
What's Alexa doing?
if she's healthy? Which apparently she is.
She just got cleared apparently this week.
They would have. If she got cleared, then I think they would save Alexa and Ronda would do Rumble, and you'd save Becky and Ronda for Mania. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, let me just put this out there. You know, props to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair took most of the fucking bumps, the big bumps,
About time, Rob.
right? Well,
She
yeah.
did.
What's that?
She did, and also
Oh.
threw the pre-cut table thing out of the way because I've never seen a table break
Not
with
in that
so
edge.
little on the end.
On that edge, she broke on the bottom part of it. That was
Yeah, I
terrible.
bet
She
that
took
fucking
all the
hurt.
bad bumps, and that one from Becky, no absorption.
Yeah. So, I mean, big props to Charlotte. I'm happy she didn't win, obviously, but, good performance. The women, the match started like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a dumpster fire. You know, but it eventually
There was a lot of bad spots. Like
the chain hit the spokes eventually, right?
Yeah, it started rolling on all cylinders, but at first it was like it was sputtering.
Charlotte was late. She was late for a couple spots.
and Becky was on camera
Well,
work
Becky
was bad.
late too.
Becky was clearly putting up a ladder into place and stuff like that for a later spot. Tamina wins the Rumble according to Berto, so he obviously is filling in for Teddy tonight.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And I like this one that he says,
Tamina.
from a bad Berto point to a good one. This is how like bipolar he is. Hold up, why isn't anyone kayfabe blaming Steph for Raw being ass? Isn't she technically the one who's in charge?
Well-
I mean, it's true.
What do you think Vince is going to call her out and put her as a scapegoat?
Well, I mean, Bang Bus says it's because of the puppies, but I mean that has nothing to do with Vince. Unless
Get out
you're in
there
a
and shake
China
your
film.
titties. You're my best daughter. Yeah. Yeah, Steph, I think if Vince is going to be there, Steph's going to be there. But I
Does
don't.
he fire Steph and Baron, clean house, and try and kayfabe try and fix Raw without the Fruity Pebbles realizing that the marks are all pissed? Because I think that the reason these people are still going to live events is because they're obviously the Fruity Pebble variety.
I don't think this is going to have anything to do with the ratings or the viewership being down at all. I think that is a fascination that we all have that, oh, Vince is going to come there and address how bad it's been. But I don't think
We're
Vince.
over speculating.
I don't think Vince thinks it's been that bad. I think he's just playing.
Well, he's the one who made it.
He's just playing the storyline. Isn't Baron Corbin's gone, so now there's a cloud of uncertainty over Raw. So I have to come and set things straight. No, this is not going to be some.
But most people
He's
know
still
that
in the
he's the one
storyline.
who fucked
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, but but again, he's not going to drop the fourth wall
No,
with these fans.
He's in the storyline.
He is the fourth wall. He's there's no way. We're not
So
getting.
we
we're
got
not
no
getting,
chance in hell.
We're not getting this big confession. You know,
That's
here,
what we got.
14 Hail Marys and a couple fucking whatevers. No, this is he's going to show up and do his
Wait,
storyline.
did the atheist tell what?
I'm giving analogies. Let's move on.
I
don't know.
didn't.
Can we get back to the
I don't
match?
get it because I'm Jewish. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh God.
The match.
Yeah, like Asuka and how well she performed in the match.
It's
or-
your turn. Tell us how
Yeah.
well she performed,
It
Medine.
was great to see her.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
why-
you guys
why
got
don't
off
you talk?
topic. What you guys were talking about?
We're talking about
Vince and
wrestling.
Stephanie.
Come on,
Yeah.
Medine.
Something
Go
else.
ahead.
You know these guys.
How was Asuka?
Yeah.
She was great.
Okay,
she
good
took
adjective.
better than spectacular.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you have any
Better
like
than-
details, or do you want to just do
yeah.
superlatives?
Details? No,
Anything in particular that you like?
I know
Hey,
Rob
got
can't
you
use the
off?
word superlatives, but I can.
Rob,
What?
don't use those words. Like superlative.
I don't know what that is.
The great and
A couple of spots that she took, actually, as opposed to things that she
can't
did.
educate you guys.
It was moves that she took. A couple of chair shots that she took. The kendo sticks, obviously.
We're not asking for a recap. You said it was.
No,
better.
let him
You asked
say.
me. You asked me to.
He wants to
you
talk
said
about how good she
specifics.
was.
Oh,
You said
okay.
Let her be good.
specifics
Go ahead.
about it. So yeah,
Yeah. What minute mark was that?
it was probably like 17. I want to say maybe it's the 18-minute mark, perhaps.
How many seconds?
32.
All right.
The 18-minute mark.
That's what you asked, right?
Okay.
17:32, 18:32, around there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
What else you got, host?
that's about it.
I like.
On to you, co-host.
I like Bang Bus's idea that Lars Sullivan's debut is tomorrow as the GM of Raw.
Let me tell you something right now.
This cat is
I thought-
completely uninterested in our show.
I thought he was going to show up tonight. I really did.
Yeah, I thought Will Sasso was as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Kenny Rogers.
Approved. Quick tease for tomorrow as we go into final thoughts. Cody finished his Ring of Honor contract over the weekend, so we're going to talk about that.
Oh, no.
The Bionic Mark will return, card subject to change. And Vince McMahon is also returning to Raw, so we could, as Rob said, over-speculate about what he's doing there, or he could, as Medine said, just be going with the kayfabe flow of it all.
We're eventually going to be the last people in fucking North America watching Raw.
Okay, and that's I'm glad you segued for me there,
Oh,
right
you're
there.
welcome.
My final thought is
Huh?
that this fucking product, and I'll get to your guys' final thought. This fucking product is boring. It's filled with boo chants now at your pay-per-views in your almost main event. People are still, however, invested enough to tell you what's wrong by giving you these boo chants. Please listen. Here's a hint. It's not talent related in any way. We are not Xavier Woods. I'm talking to you. We're not talking about the talent. We've long said that talent is far better than probably ever on the roster. The writing is also the worst it's ever been. And you guys are so far apart that we're asking for any steps where you can bridge that gap, because let's face it, we're not getting paid. And the reason maybe Medine is even more maybe now and other people don't want to show is, and we can't get any hosts or traction, is because right now the product isn't generating an audience. If the ratings overall of WWE are dwindling, so are the people that want to talk about it. For every one hitman out there who is willing to only listen to us instead of watching the actual product, he gets his recap from us only. There are 10 others who just like, fuck it, I'm done with wrestling.
I'm out.
Or there's 10 others that go, there's better wrestling to be had. And they're going to go find it. And it's very simple. Rob, Medine, who wants to go first?
Rob, you can go first.
I don't know. Wrestling was a love for me, and then it's kind of morphed into giving me a reason to do radio and podcasting, because I really enjoy this kind of field of work. It's something I've done most of my life. So wrestling is so bad right now that I'm almost using it as a crutch for my hobby. And at this point, I'm like, this wrestling is so bad that I could just do a politics show. You know, fuck it. Just do a politics podcast and see how that goes.
More frustrating there.
Well, true, but at least it's you know. Anyway,
I mean,
my
it'd be easier to talk about in some senses how much more positive politics is than this.
My point is that if I'm in a relationship with a girl and we have a fight about topic A, and then we fight about topic A, and then we fight about topic A, and now we're fighting about topic A and B, and an A and B, and an A and B, and an ABC, and all these topics continue to be things we fight about, and all we do is add new topics to it without solving the other ones. That is what my relationship right now is with the WWE. Why should I still be in this relationship, this marriage, with this product that keeps just giving me the same bullshit over and over and over? You know? I'll be here Monday. I'll be here Tuesday. I love doing this, but this is...
But we almost do it to hang out with each other more than the product now.
Right. This is almost as bad as it gets. NXT is my saving grace, man. It really is. I don't know. That's my final thought. All negative. All negative.
Medine, you want me to go to the board before you?
Fuck all y'all positive podcasters. It's not. You're not genuine. You're not genuine.
Berto says final thought. He's asking Rob how the Panthers are doing. Daniel Price says a final thought. Raw is the longest running weekly episodic show on TV for one reason. Vince, us, you and your brainwashed band of carnies don't need to point the finger at us for your gross misuse of wrestlers. Good. Amazon is bigger than WWE. So is Disney. One, and then the rest of the board are talking about. And I've told Rob his laugh was annoying, and he doesn't laugh that much anymore. He listened to his fans, so why can't WWE do the same? That's what Berto says.
Fuck you, man.
Anaconda Vice is saying he has to go to bed. His wife is calling.
Better go get that.
And It's Real Wrestling Podcast says, take the feedback to be better. Yeah, we're invested. We're like you said, Rob, we're in couples counseling with WWE. We are considering a divorce, but we're not there yet. Medine, final thought.
I already packed my stuff. I'm kind of like
you don't even watch a recap. You don't even look at the recaps on Twitter anymore.
Yeah, no. Yeah, as everybody knows, I stopped watching Raw on September 25th, 2017. That was over a year ago. I've only watched 2 episodes in their entirety since. Those 2 were 2 that I actually attended. These are not. Monday nights aren't really a night where, you know, a lot of things are supposed to be going on. You're supposed to be able to go to WWE as far as television programming goes for entertainment-wise. If you're just a casual watcher or if you're a hardcore fan or if you're watching it for the first time. But now they're not putting forth a product that can entertain any of those 3 demographics, whether it be the first-timer, the regular, or the sporadic, pop culture watcher.
Right.
It's unfortunate, such a staple that's been around for a quarter century now. I mean, let's be realistic. It's gotten to the point now where it's almost like taking up space on television, where it used to be, it was the thing to watch.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's just because I don't think it's because it's run its course, because it used to stay fresh, and sure, writing has been bad at times, but it just the gap between talent and storyline is terrible, sure, but you also have to allow the talent themselves to be able to be creative, and not just count on your team to take over or to tell them what to do. You got to let them be themselves, and I think that would translate into the television better as well. And
wow, that this is like a shitty episode of Dr. Katz.
Is it?
What are you getting to? What's your point here?
This is my point.
Okay.
This is the point.
But you're just like
if you let me finish.
Okay.
You've got to emotionally.
How much longer is there?
I'm rounding it up right now.
Okay.
We're gonna edit this, right?
You've got to emotionally grasp the listener.
You're emotionally grabbing him right now.
You have to.
Yeah.
Like I want to, Rob.
Like I want,
like the way I want to grab Rob right now.
Fatigue is an emotion.
Right. That's how you have to grab the audience.
Uh-huh.
And they're not doing that. That's why they're losing people like you, like Adam, that are passionate. They're just not grabbing you emotionally.
I agree.
No, you don't. Rob's gonna die afterwards.
Oh, I'm not gonna die.
Not today.
Ha 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 ha. What's up, host?
Is that
it?
What
are you doing?
I was just letting you.
He's
run.
like typing and shit.
No,
He's on his phone again.
I figured it's the
You're
end of the
playing games
show.
on your phone. Stop lying.
Clearly, I figured it was with you rambling. We could just edit that out, but the live version would audience could enjoy that. Remember what I said. Tune in tomorrow night. We have our Rawsome show, Smarkdown, on Tuesdays. You can follow us at Twitter, Marked Out Podcast. That's Smart Mark Show. Facebook, Marked Out. Email markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Our fan line has been shut down due to
I'm sorry.
JD
Again?
ruining everything.
Berto just said Golda Bob and Steve should start a competing podcast.
Hold up, Bob and Steve.
Wow.
They already have one, don't they?
What?
Oh, awkward.
Do they?
Do they?
Yo.
There's no way.
Did you hear
There's
about
no
that?
way.
Did you hear
There's
about
no
that?
way.
No way. Not the three of them. I mean, shit.
Or do they?
One lives in fucking Memphis. The other two are here in Charlotte. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't want to talk any
it
further.
was a nice
but-
try. You should have thought that one out
I
completely.
didn't. I just
You just went for it.
threw it out there. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
that's what I do.
typical Medine
That's what
style.
exactly. That's what I do.
All right.
See if it
so
sticks.
it's time to close out the show.
Hey, collarandelbowbrand.com. Save 10% on your full order. Marked out, all one word, all caps, as a promo code. Your entire order. I'm sure there's going to be still got some Christmas specials going on, man.
Berto's listing the wrong number for the
saw
wide
that.
table fan line.
You could potentially save 30 to 70% off right now in the holiday season.
Yeah, and you don't have to be Jewish to do the math on that. It's a good savings. Anyway, tune in next time, and until then, mark out like Vince cares.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at URecord Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out URecord on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.